Hey guys, in the last video we made it so that we could add a note through our form and it would persist to the Mongo lab. And then we created the get notes function that grabs them from the API from Mongo Lab, and we're displaying the text a note for each one. So what we want to do now is change this to the actual text. So where we have the a note, we're just going to change that to this.props.note.text and save it. Alright, and then we'll go back. Alright, we'll reload that. Okay, so now you can see that it's grabbing the text from MongoLab. Now, this isn't how we want to display it. We want to display it with a picture of a sticky note behind it. So we're going to have to do a little bit of formatting here. Alright, so let's take this div and let's add a class name of column. Okay, and then we're going to have another div in here. Alright, and let's see, with the text itself, we're going to put in a paragraph because we want to make the sticky note the background image of this paragraph. Actually, no, we want the background of this div to be the sticky note. So what I'm going to do is give this div a class name of note. Alright, and let's go ahead and open up the CSS. So we'll go to style.css and let's create note, and say background, which will be a URL, and it's going to go to /images/note.png, which is in your program files. Alright, we're going to set the width to 100%. We're going to set a height to 250, and we're going to set the position to relative. Okay, that way the paragraph inside we can make it absolute. Okay, so below that we're going to say note p. Okay, so the paragraph is going to have a position of absolute, and we'll say top 80, and let's do left 30. Okay, and then I just want to make the font weight bold. Alright, let's save that. Let's see what that does. Okay, so it looks like it's not getting the image. Oh, you know what? I didn't have the images folder yet. You should have it in your boilerplate. So what I'm going to do is go to my dist folder, and let's see, I want to grab, I want to grab this images folder, copy. Actually, you know what I'll do? I won't even touch the dist. I'm going to put it in my source folder and then change my gulp file, and you should already have this in here, but I'm going to grab this, copy it. Okay, and then we want to bring over source/images/ whatever's in there, and that should go in dist/images. Alright, and then what I'll do is just stop gulp and run it again. Oops, not gulpy. Okay, so now, and if I look at my dist folder, and let me just refresh, now I have my images. Alright, good. And there we go. So there's our sticky notes. So if I add another one, I'll say this is a test and add. Alright, so that, I don't know what's going on here. I cannot read property map of undefined. But if I reload, it's going to be there because it did persist to the database. So let's go back, and we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit. So we add the to do, or the note, on submit. We're sending that to appactions.addNote. Alright, so if we go to app actions, we have add note. Then we're going to be calling appconstants.addNote. That's going to be in the store. Okay, that's going to be right here. Then we're calling appstore.addNote. Okay, and then up here we have add note, and then we're just pushing it to notes. Okay, so that seems to be fine. Then we have get notes, which is just returning our notes. All right, and if we go to our app component, we're setting that to get notes. That's fine. And then, yeah, so that should be setting the state. And then render, if we look at note list, we're passing the state notes in, that's fine. If we look at note list, we're then grabbing that with this.props.notes, and we should be able to map it. So I'm not sure what exactly the problem is. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we're actually getting it in the main app. So when we call render here, we'll say console.log this.state.notes. Undefined. So it's not, we're not getting it. Alright guys, I looked into it a little bit, and one thing that I noticed is that when we're receiving notes, we're calling add note. That's why we keep getting 2 when we submit one, and then every time we reload the page, we get some errors. So we need to get that out of there. Alright, receive notes should only have set notes. So we'll get rid of that. So that's one problem down. So now we'll save that. Alright, so we shouldn't be getting any more doubles. So we'll say a test add. We're still getting that error, but if we reload, we should only get one a test. Alright, so that problem's fixed. Alright guys, pretty sure I found the issue, and that's that we're not breaking out of these cases. Alright, so after each case, we need to set a break. Alright, so that was just messing up the flow of things. Alright, so I'm going to do that, and let's try it now. Okay, I have a whole bunch of notes here now. Just want to make sure that it refreshes. Okay, so now let's try this again. So the last one was test F. So let's say last test add, and there it is, last test. Alright, if we reload, it's still there. Alright, cool. So the next thing, the last thing that we're going to want to do is be able to delete these. And what we want to do to delete them is just double click on them. Alright, and that should clear them out. So we're going to get into that in the next video.